Good morning. Hello to everyone. I hope you had yesterday a nice, 4th of July. So it seems like James, hi James, has some good food with him now. Burger, coleslaw, and some macaroni salad. I also made coleslaw recently. My husband liked it, so it's not really German food, but as you know, I love to try different kinds of recipes. Mark is here. Hello, good morning. Ayana is here. Hello. Oh yeah, and how's everyone's Camp Nano going? I mean, it's just July the 5th, but I hope you're still all in a good creative mood. Oh yeah, actually, I think the card we got today is fitting. It's the four of cups. I wanted to say the 4th of cups. And my immediate reaction to the card was that we need breaks, and that's often when good ideas come to us. So you can see this guy sitting here sleeping, kind of, and something happening, something coming up to him. When I read it up, what the actual meaning of the card is, it says more that you sometimes miss stuff because your awareness is somewhere else. But I think still that, like I said, a good message for us writers is, especially also when we are taking part in something like Camp Nano, to not overdo it, in the day-to-day. I think, for instance, James, who has the word count goal of 10K, that's great. You just want to do everything each day a little bit. And then when your brain is, or when you're taking a break, your brain is usually still contemplating on those things you've worked on. And that's when good ideas usually come up, not often when, of course, sometimes also when you are sitting on your desk and writing, but just if you just get up and walk around a bit, sometimes stuff comes up. So that's a good reminder for us, I think. Oh yeah, James said, I entered America to search and only got 2 symbols, a football and a globe. Because, sorry, I missed reading out the first comment on that funny thing. I was going to put some emojis to have fun with my country's patriotic holiday, yeah. So, and all that came up was a football and a globe. Especially the globe got me like, yeah, it's a world superpower, so maybe that's why. Or I don't know. I don't know any other reason why a globe would show up. Because it's on the globe somewhere, the US. So I think, who else? Oh yeah, Cool Gamer joined us. Hello. Campbot. Never heard of it. So you've given up on telling your Bart stories? James, a head of cabbage is less than $1. A head of lettuce is $2. Cheaper to eat the coleslaw. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the cabbage also is keeping its nutrients longer. It's more, if you get a lettuce, it's probably already 1 day old and there are probably no more vitamins left in it. Or yeah. So, and the cabbage you can keep a little longer, I would say. I'm not sure, but I would think that the nutrients in the cabbage are kept in there a little longer than in lettuce. It's too sensitive. Hazelnut Ramblings, hello. Ooh, your Camp Nano is going rather well. I'm already on day 7. Ooh, or 8's landmark goal. Awesome. So you are ahead. That's awesome. Very, very good. Do you want to share a bit more about your goal? Like, do you have a word count goal, or are you editing? What are you working on? Always curious here. Thank you, Cool Gamer. You're awesome too. And you like our stream? Awesome. It's always good to have you here. James, Western Hemisphere is North and South America. South America. The precise search was America. You mean that's why it came up with the globe? Mark hasn't given up. Awesome. That's good. I'm just really good at not overdoing it. Yeah, I'm just thinking of myself in my beach house novel. Just doing not too much each day. I think it's a good strategy in the long run, definitely. For people like us who tend to, for instance, when I overdo it, then I stop completely at some point and need some weeks to come back to it, So that's why I constantly remind myself it's okay if you work on a scene a day, if you try to at least, in my case, revise just one scene and move forward slowly. It's okay. Oh, it's a word count goal. The total is 18K. Awesome. Because I'm adding to an old project of mine. Okay, so you're moving forward with an older project. Yeah, that sounds good. It's also, I think, a healthy goal, especially in summer. I mean, thinking of NaNoWriMo when you have like 50K. In summer, there's so much going on here for me. You want to go out a bit also and not just be inside writing all day. So I think it's reasonable to not have like a really, really high work count goal. So, but nevertheless, you should warm up, jump into writing if you guys want to. So, yeah, everything is set up. Let's just do it. Have fun. Enjoy. Okay, my friends, that was our warm-up sprint. 20 minutes. How did everybody do? I read through yesterday's scene again because it was quite long and I just wanted to, after this break, look at it again, and I tweaked the ending of the scene a little bit because I still wasn't happy with it, but now I am, I think. And I will now go on to the next scene and probably look at it first and maybe work on the transition. I will see. And it's getting exciting because a big revelation is coming up soon that kind of changes a lot for the main character, or brings even more stress to the whole situation. Something big. A big secret that will be revealed to her. And so so I'm already excited about continuing, and I will be working on scene 39 next from 60. So I'm also already calculating a little in my head if I will be able to finish the revision of my manuscript before I go on vacation. And I think I have, with this week, still 4 weeks left. I'm not really sure. I think by the end of July. Doesn't really matter. So exciting, because my goal would be to let it rest while I'm on vacation, totally forgetting about it. And then when I'm back, or maybe in September, I will read through it again another time and see if something pops up. Probably, I can imagine when I read through it again that especially the flow, if that there might need that I might need to work on some stuff like that. But I will also check on details like which car do they use, the names, everything again, if I had because I changed them a lot in the course of creating this, so I'm pretty sure that there might still be some wrong names in the manuscript. So I will fact check a bit. But all of this in September then, after I finished revision. So exciting. And then, I don't know, I'm working on the English manuscript, not speaking, but the English manuscript right now. So when I'm done with that, I should be able to send it out to readers, like beta readers. Maybe. It's a very scary thought. That's why. Hazelnut Ramblings got 241 words. That's awesome for a warm-up. James, 350 words. We'll do one more sprint of writing before shifting to something lighter. Yes, that sounds good. Misha, hello. Good to see you. Hello. How are you doing? And are you also participating in Camp Nano this year in July? Let me set up sprint number 2. Okay, I found a 25-minute timer for us. So let's just jump in, because I'm really eager to continue. And I also want to say goodbye to my daughter, who's going to school now in the next minutes. And I need another cup of coffee, I think. So enjoy the next 25 minutes. And move forward with your projects. Have fun. Okay, my friends, that was sprint number 2. How did everybody do? I split my scene in 2 because, yeah, it made sense. And now I've been working on the first part, or on, the first part of the scene, and added more context. It was, the whole thing is to not enough information, I would say. So I can add some very interesting things here, and have some work to do. Ian joined us. Good morning. Oh yeah, and Misha said that she's participating in Camp Nano, but will be writing later today. Oh, are you actually streaming? I think I saw you streaming recently, but I'm not sure. I think, yeah. So if so, let me know, or maybe I can look it up on your channel and share the link for everyone who wants to continue writing and working. Ian is already anticipating my vacation time. This vacation you speak of, Anja, is just on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, right? I fear not. So yeah, it's still some time, so you shouldn't think about it now. Don't panic. Oh yeah, and Ian then said, yesterday's chat, by the way, I'm also a former childhood clarinetist. I think that's cool. I'm not sure my neighbor, does she? No, I think she's playing the oboe. I hear her playing sometimes. It sounds really cool. Yeah, but James said, my sympathies. I think I'm not really surprised, but I think it's cool that all of you at some point played an instrument, but it's also sad that it was a negative experience for some of you. Yeah, but I talked about this also, that with the violin, it also turned more into a more negative thing with, but that's actually sad, isn't it? It should be something fun that we enjoy doing, playing music. I mean, so yeah, maybe if you're curious about other instruments, you could try playing them. Although I think James said somewhere here, I'd rather just listen to music. Yeah, maybe that's okay too. It's just from my viewpoint, I'm always so curious. I also really want to try out a handpan. Do you know these? They are so cool. They sound so cool. I know someone living nearby has one. He's sometimes sitting on in a public space and playing it. And I looked them up. They're quite expensive. I think like €1,000 or something like that. Like really. So otherwise, if they were a lot cheaper, I would have gotten one already. This has this really cool sound. So I don't know if it's called handpan, but I think so. I can look it up later. Ian, I didn't hate it. I just disliked it strongly. Let me just... No. Oh yeah, so James and Ian talked about sometimes if you... let me just read it out. So James answered, sometimes that's worse. If you hate it, parents might show mercy and let you quit. That's how I got out of my church's youth group. But not in Ian's experience. Even if you hate it, you have to continue doing it. Guess I have to be grateful that my mother was capable of taking pity on me. Just thinking of my own kids, for instance, also with the piano. I told you yesterday that my eldest daughter, she had this really kind woman coming here. She's living nearby still. And she was really very kind. But still, at some point, my daughter felt stressed out about learning the piano, because of course when the teacher comes each week and you haven't done anything during the week, no training, I don't know how you say it, then she felt a lot of pressure and guilt. That's why I said, it's okay, we can stop having her come by. And this was also a big step for her, because my daughter felt like, oh no, I have to do it, continue doing it for her, for the teacher, you know. And I said, no, you don't have to. So we stopped doing that, because I didn't want my daughter to start hating playing the piano. And that was good, because after a break, probably a year, I don't know, she started to play it again on her own, and is now really learning lots of, she even prints out her own sheet music, you know, and is playing piano songs for fun and regularly without a teacher. So sometimes it's good to take the pressure off, otherwise the kids don't start to hate it and don't want to do it anymore and stop it altogether. Oh, Ian said I will stop polluting the chat and actually write in the next print. Yeah, you will have 40 minutes, so that's good. Oh yeah, and yes, James, that's a cool mom, but she showed no mercy when it came to going to church twice a Sunday. Twice? Why do you have to go to a church twice? I mean, I have no idea about the practices of the Christian religions, only a bit, but I didn't know you could go twice to a church on Sunday. She did have her lines. Tell me a bit more about this habit. I mean, I have some friends who went to how did you call it in school? They had to go to the church's youth group, but my friend did it on her own, not because she was forced to. Oh, I have to leave early due to an appointment. Wish you all a fun time, or a productive one, or even both. Oh, thank you, Mark. So bye. I hope it's a good appointment you're having. Otherwise, I hope it's going by fast. Hazelnut Ramblings, 311 words. Awesome. Had to split some of it because I live in the States and had to enter the word count before. Oh, yes, of course, on the website before midnight. Yeah, awesome. So you're moving forward. Got to 750 words for the day. Oh, yeah, you said you only want to sprint or write doing 2 sprints, and now you got 40 minutes coming up where you can do something differently, something else. And Hazelnut, will you be will you continue writing now after midnight and already write into the next day? Or what's your plan? Or maybe will you go now, do something else, read and go to bed, which will also be totally fine. James, had a friend suggest I set maximum word counts among some other changes, concerned that I'm getting close to clinical definitions of burnout. Easier to prevent than treat. But why would your friend suggest I set maximum word counts? I don't know. I don't really understand. But I definitely understand concern that I'm getting close to clinical definitions of burnout. Oh, that doesn't sound good. When will you have your next break? Will you have your this weekend off? Good mothering, Anja. Thank you, Ian. For instance, my second daughter, she plays the viola and goes to her teacher. She also never practices, and I never tell her to practice. She isn't more on the extroverted side. She just really enjoys going to the teacher. She has a very kind teacher from St. Petersburg, and so she loves just to go to the lessons, you know, and then afterwards she doesn't look at the viola the whole week. But yeah, I think as long as she enjoys it, it's okay, and she still learns a bit. I don't know what the teacher is thinking, but my daughter usually tells me that the teacher is happy with her progress. So James, my church emphasizes the importance of sermons and church education. Okay, 2 services gives more opportunity to learn. Oh my God, that's interesting. So there are really 2 whole services on one Sunday. awesome or interesting. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, you learn a lot. I mean, I went to a lot of services from Catholic and Protestant churches because with our orchestra, we went on, church on a church tour, where we also played during services, and so that's when I learned a bit how it goes. I think it weren't Catholic services. If I think about it now, I think they were all Protestant. Yeah, I think so. Hazelnut ramblings. I'll head out early so I can film my progress and edit it so I can post it later. Oh, I will have a look at your channel then. That's interesting. That's cool that you're sharing it. Awesome. Ian, burnout recovery is a long walk in my experience. So take care of yourself, James. Yes, yes, yes. Also thinking of Emmy, who also struggles with burnout and also with the fact that she has had to go back to work already. So yeah, it's you really need a lot of time, I'm guessing. I mean, I personally don't have experience with burnout, but I think because of our living conditions, there's a lot of haste towards it that, yeah, you should go back. Pressure maybe from your workplace, for instance. Some churches will also have midweek service as well. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think it makes more sense than having two. But I think when you have two services on Sunday, it's also for people who might not be able to go to the earlier service, but then go to the later one. I don't know. My school has 3 chapel services a week. Yeah. I think from a perspective of the religious person, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, to want to go regularly it helps you deal with. I think it's very helpful for people who have those beliefs to go to a service because it always brings you back to this. There is a bigger picture, I think it can be very helpful for people to have those constant reminders that they're, for instance, protected by their faith and all those kinds of things. What you get from your faith. Misha used the previous sprint and the break to meditate. Oh, nice. That's very good. Now making breakfast. Oh yeah, you said you will write later. So typical burnout recovery is 3 months. See, that's a lot longer than, I don't know how long Emmy got off from work. It felt like 3 weeks, but maybe it was 5 or 6. I'm not sure. But still, she said that it wasn't long enough. And I think you should also then be able to ease into work, after when you come back. I think that's also something that usually goes wrong because Emmy said that she had been thrown in again into the whole thing. Okay. Ian, I'm still affected by my burnout years later. See, but then I have never really been typical. Yeah, I don't know if it's atypical. Yeah. It's probably also like a traumatizing experience, for your body, but also mentally. I don't know. Like I said, I personally don't have this experience, but I can imagine. Let's jump into the next sprint, and I want to look up our friends' channels. Oh, we have a Witcher advertisement. My daughter already started watching the new season, and my husband as well. Maybe I can watch it while my kids are away. Then I have more time. But for now, let's sprint. And yeah, 40 minutes. It's a long time. Enjoy. Okie dokie. Okay, that was a quick sprint for me. 40 minutes went by pretty fast, and I made some good progress. I'm currently thinking about the timeline because I want to make sure that all the scenes and everything that's happening makes still sense time-wise, So that because she takes a plane, and now I have been thinking about when would she actually be landing, and does this make sense, So yeah. Yeah. I have to focus, come back to the here and now. I'm still a bit in my thoughts. Let me have a look at the chat. Oh yeah, I shared Hazelnut Ramblings channel, and also Misha Garrick's channel link. And I looked it up. Misha is streaming on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. my time, which would be half an hour after I finish streaming. So if you're interested in continuing to write, keep that in mind. I will also try to remember it on Tuesday. Heather was here, and YouTube didn't tell her that I was live. So I don't know how it works. Yeah, actually, yeah, I haven't in a while, haven't seen. Usually on the left side on YouTube, I always see when someone is live, but now thinking about it, YouTube hasn't shown me this. Oh yeah, Lofi Girl is live now. That's what I'm shown right now on my subscriptions. Yeah, who knows? Oh yeah, and Heather went to a book launch over the weekend. I saw this on Instagram, which is definitely a good way to come back into, well, yeah, to get motivated. If you had a period where you didn't really write, or just didn't do a lot in this regard, or going to a book fair, for instance, would be another thing that's always so exciting and kind of motivating to continue writing, move forward. And Heather already had to leave again, start getting things ready for the night, because it's in Australia. In Australia it's already late. Oh, and for Ian it was a good sprint. Awesome. I now have a summer project lined up. Ooh, I love it. I feel energized for it. A good sign. Yes, very good sign. You have to sprint some more so that you can use the energy. James watched a video lecture about the myth of the dying and rising god. Ooh, and tying it to RPGs and pop culture. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, even when I relax, I have to keep my brain busy. Yeah, but it sounds like an intriguing topic. The myth of the dying and rising god. Yeah, I also like to watch essays about different kind. I watched some historical essays recently about German history that were quite and related to today's politics. That was quite interesting. But also like pop culture and essays that dig a bit deeper. And I also find them, I don't know if I find them relaxing, just interesting. Often I turn on a YouTube video essay while I'm doing household chores because I'm getting bored or my mind is getting bored while I'm doing the household chores, and I love the distraction. Ian, it's really good for me to see you work so steadily on the editing of your novel and to hear your process. I'm sorry. Progress. It makes me believe I will be able to do the same when the time comes. Yes. Oh, thank you for sharing the link. I think I think it might be good for people like me who struggle with this constant feeling of not doing enough. And that's something I struggle with all the time. And I also always try to remind myself of my consistent progress, like how this is good, doing a scene a day and not too much during a day, but just trying to stay consistent. And even if there's a day I'm just getting half a scene done or a little bit of the scene and then I'm getting overwhelmed, it's okay. Then I stop and start to continue the next day. And something like the stream is also helpful for me, because still, if I'm not streaming, it's a lot easier for me to say, today I need a break, But this constant, the streaming helps me also. It's a accountability thing, kind of, or no, it's more the routine, with the warm-up sprint. I immediately, if I haven't done it yet, open the document and just do it. So if you can also set up something like that, you don't have to stream, or maybe you come to my stream, try to be here at the same time each day. And then you can also, just having this kind of routine is also really, really helpful for me. And always try to stay positive, in the sense of, I've come so far. Like, I cannot stop now. I don't want to stop now. If I stop now, I would be so sad in some weeks, because when I start again, then I would be like, I could be finished now. That's what I always try. That's how I try to be consistent. Thanks again, James, for sharing the video. Maybe I can watch it after the stream while I'm doing the dishes. The creator mostly does mythology and D&D videos. Oh, yeah. Maybe this would also be something for Mark, but he isn't here anymore. He's got this appointment. But especially the mythology aspect is interesting for me. So I will come back to that. But first, let's do a final sprint. Use our energy for that. Yeah, we have another 25 minutes, I would say. So let's enjoy the bubbles and do some more creative stuff. And I think, for instance, James, watching videos is also very good for creativity, because it's kind of filling up your subconscious again with new things that you can then work into your creative projects. I think the subconscious aspect is also very important. It's not so much about really learning and getting notes down, but everything we experience kind of will later help us with our creative projects. So even if you're watching a video now, that's good stuff. Enjoy. Okie dokie, my friends. That is the end of my stream. Seems like James was having fun watching a video. Or maybe it was even about the video that you shared before, because yeah, it was also about RPG ideas, wasn't it? Or how it connects the topic of mythology to RPG, yeah, tying it to RPGs. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe you're already watching the next videos. So yes, have a great rest of the day, rest of the night. I will be back tomorrow. And I need a little break now. I think my brain is like... So, oh, awesome. Ian says, I'm so happy to be back into the work. No better feeling. Yes, so I hope you can continue that. And like I said, I will be back tomorrow if that helps. And I will be gladly see you here in the chat. So have a great rest of the day. See you soon, my friends. Ciao, ciao, ciao.